All right, I'm worried I'm not going to be making many friends with this video, or maybe I will. But listen, if you are one of those agents who's trying cold calling and you're not seeing results from it, then let's have a conversation. Of course, some agents swear by cold calling and they do really well, right? There are some select agents who just absolutely just bang out the phones and grow really incredible businesses, but that's not all of us. And I want to normalize the fact that cold calling is not going to be the right move for many, many real estate agents in 2025. And I want to give you some language and some reasons as to why that is. Because here's the thing, if you're running a referral-driven real estate business, then cold calling is not necessarily going to be a part of that equation. Spending hours on the phone with strangers who are going to yell at you or ghost you is not going to be the best use of your time. Okay, that's fair. So in this video, I'm going to break down why cold calling is going to be a terrible mistake for some agents, or at least not the move. And I'm going to walk through a little bit of like what you should be doing instead to bring in high quality leads if this speaks to you. And hey, before we get to it, if we haven't met yet, I'm Stephanie Lugo. I am a real estate agent and coach. My program, The Market Authority, is designed to help real estate agents build impressive referral-driven real estate businesses. And we focus on proven systems around lead generation that help your real estate business grow without fear of failure. If you're done with scattered marketing and strategies that don't work, and you want a strategy that does work, then book a free strategy session using the link below. We're going to start by mapping out a plan that helps you stop chasing leads and start attracting the right clients consistently. The link is below. Don't miss it. Okay, so let's talk about it. And again, cold calling and door knocking aren't inherently bad strategies. They're just not the best strategies for today's modern referral-driven real estate agents, right? So let's get into it. Okay, number one, the conversion rates are trash. They're trash. I mean, compared to some of the other really, really good lead sources that are relationship driven, there's a lot more work that we can do beyond just like calling 1,000 people and hoping that like 10 to 50 of them answer their phones. Okay. Like, did you know that the average cold call conversion rate in real estate is less than 1%? Like, that's crazy. And I know they say it's a numbers game, but not all agents have the time to play the numbers game, right? So what happens is you're spending hours dialing for dollars only to hear not interested 99% of the time. Meanwhile, the agents who are running a systemized real estate business, they're closing warm leads. They're people who actually trust them without needing that like hard sales pitch and scripted approach. So again, it's just like a different approach here. Number two, let's move on to the next one. Your time is way too valuable for this. I'm just going to put that out there. Now, when it comes to time, that is also going to factor into conversion rates, right? That's a part of the conversation. But if you're like most experienced agents, you're already juggling transactions, you're managing past clients, you're trying to put out some marketing, you're doing your business planning. It's a lot. Do you really have 3+ hours a day to cold call people just to get some fresh leads in, or just to more likely connect with people who freshly don't want to work with you? Instead, wouldn't you rather spend that time building relationships with people who already know you, like you, trust you? I know I would. But again, that's preference. Like, that's just the way that I've chosen to build my business. And that's what we have found works best with the agents that we work with in Market Authority. I will also say that when it comes to time, the effectiveness of cold calling is going to be lower over time as well, right? So like, you can be spending all this time trying to make your calls, but you have so many things against you. You have spam call filters filtering out your calls before you can even like get to the caller ID. We have just come out of an election year where there was an unprecedented number of spam and cold calls happening in 2024. And what happens when there's a lot of garbage calls going out? We all just stop answering the phone. I know I did for a period of time. And I can't tell you how often I still am just getting, hey, Stephanie, do you have any properties to sell? Hey, Stephanie, I'm looking for a distressed property. Hey, Stephanie, I see you live at XYZ property that I've never lived at. Are you interested to sell? And I just block, Don't answer, don't answer, don't answer. Whether it's a text, I'm trashing it. Whether it's a call, I'm marking it as spam. We have all these tools to help tell these phone carriers what calls are credible and which are spam. And that's working against you and making you work overtime to achieve the same results. It's hard, right? Let's get to number 3. All right. Your real estate brand should be working for you, not against you. This is a really important point that I want to make. If you do get really successful with cold calling, you still have to work at creating a real estate brand that's going to work for you. Because if you don't, the moment you decide to stop cold calling for good, or for that matter, stop paying for those expensive leads for good, the moment you stop any of these things without a backup plan, you're back to starting from scratch. The top agents in 2025 and beyond aren't just knocking on doors and hoping on a prayer, right? They are building magnetic brands that effortlessly draw warm, qualified clients in. Your business can and should feel effortless, not like a constant uphill battle. And while I have not admittedly spent a ton of time cold calling, that has been my experience when I had tried it in the past. And let's be honest, who wants to be known as that agent who's blowing up people's phones all day? Like, that's not great for personal branding, if I can just say that. Now, I want to end with a what to do if you are cold calling, because if you're listening to this video and you're like, well, I mean, cold calling has brought me some leads and I have had like some success with it. It hasn't been for nothing. It's not super enjoyable, but it's gotten me through some tough times. I love that for you. I love that for you. And here's what you should do. When you are doing the cold calling thing, make absolute certain that you're going to make the most of that opportunity when you get it. When you get that listing or when you get that client, that better become a raving client for life. You better have systems in place in your business to get the 5-star review at the end and to hopefully maximize on any referral opportunity at the end of that as well. I have used lead sources before that didn't love. I've paid for leads in the past. I've, been a part of referral programs that weren't super fruitful, but they've paid for themselves over and over again because our mindset is every client becomes a client for life. And what we see when we have the right approach that I teach in the Market Authority Academy is that your most enthusiastic clients can refer you between 5 and 7 times within 24 months of closing with you. That is the key to success. That is the key to doing cold calling until you never have to do it again, because you have built a system that creates clients for life who help you continue to grow your business by advocating for you and referring you other amazing clients who understand exactly why they are hiring you over your competition. And that's it. That's the secret to success in real estate. Now, if you're like, okay, I'm on the other side, Stephanie, I'm not cold calling. Everyone keeps telling me to cold call. It's not going to happen. I don't want to pick up the phone. Here's what you're going to do instead. I got 3 methods for you to grow your business without even having to pick up the phone once. Number 1, you're going to focus on relationship-driven lead generation. Here's what I mean by that. Your best leads are already in your network. And even if you think they aren't, trust me, I've been doing this a long time. I've worked with hundreds of real estate agents. They are. We're talking past clients, friends and families, referrals, local networking connections. That's where the business is. But if you're not doing this consistently, and if you're not staying in top of mind and staying in front of them, you are going to miss those opportunities. And that's why we focus so much of that in the Market Authority Academy to help make sure our agents are successful. Number 2, you want to make sure that you are leaning on automated follow-up without sounding like a robot. Doesn't matter what lead source you're dialing in. If you're not following up consistently and getting those leads to the closing table, it's all going to be for naught anyways. Now, you don't have to choose between being annoying and being MIA. There is a delicate balance. There is a system to staying top of mind and automating it a little bit so that you are giving yourself more bandwidth. I actually just shared a video on this recently on this channel that'll walk you through that approach. So maybe grab that video and watch that next. But first, I've got one more point to leave you with. Number 3, you are going to focus on social media that actually converts. It's there for a reason. It's effective for a reason. Stop throwing your posts at the wall, hoping to see something that sticks, and get intentional about how you are using social media to grow your referral-driven real estate business. Because what I have found and the system that I have developed allows you to do is that if you create content with actual intention, you do not have to chase leads. The leads will come to you. And I think that that's like the key message that we'll end this video with, is that it all comes down to intentionality. Cold calling and door knocking are outdated because they rely on randomness. The most successful agents in 2025 are systemized, they're structured, and they're intentional. And that is exactly what we're all about inside the Market Authority Academy. So if you are ready to stop wasting your time on low converting lead sources and start building a real estate business and strategy that actually works for you, then I want you to book a free strategy session with me in the links below. We'll go through your marketing plan, your lead generation plan, your client journey, and we'll create a strategy that's going to get you to the next level and beyond in 2025. Now, if this video gave you something to think about, do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe button to this channel because those are metrics that I track to see what's landing for you. That's a really easy way for you to tell me, hey, Steph, love this video, make more of it, like it. And if you're serious about building a real estate business that works for you, be sure to hit subscribe so that you don't miss what's coming next. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, keep on crushing it.